The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everybody, welcome to this TMO webinar, our monthly webinar of our main publication on a granular look, app level look at revenues Google Play versus Apple App Store. If you have any questions, please chat them to us. We'll try to look at them, and otherwise we'll look through them at the end of the webinar and try to give you an answer. With me I have Thierry van Achten and I'm Anne Heesmans speaking. First I will give you a short introduction of what this demo is about, and then we'll go into the details of the report. As you all will know, in this report we focus on the myth of surrounding Google Play and Apple App Store, that although the free download volumes in Google Play are impressive, developers still find it very hard to monetize their apps on this platform compared to Apple App Store. And we'll look, it's a case study moreover, so we'll look at a lot of examples in how it works out for those platforms. But first, let's go into what this demo is all about. Hopefully we are on the app puzzle. We collect data. Two main sources. We have the all public available as data. So think about ranks, publisher name, pricing, in-app information, and we combine that with transactional data of the developers that are using our app analytics tool. And those are the two main sources. And with that, we've got two main projects as well. We've got the App Analytics, where you as a developer can see how your apps are doing on a daily basis, combined of all the platforms your app is on. So how many downloads have you been making in different countries, etc. How is the revenue doing, and all the more details. And the other product is our AppIQ product. They're used on the public available information and the transactional data. We make daily estimates of the number of downloads and revenue gained per application. And we get a whole lot of examples how that looks and what you can all do with that in a moment. But it's a really good tool to see apps of your particular interest, your competitors or just other apps, how they are doing in the market in every country per day. Yes. So now I'll give the word to Thierry, who was the writer of this great report, and will give our the first explanation.
All right, thank you, Anne, for the introduction. This month's publication was about the battle between the two big fish in the sea, Google Play and Apple App Store, in terms of revenue of individual applications. But first things first, let's take a look at the bigger picture. So in this graph you see the total revenue both for the Apple App Store, the pink one, and Google Play, the blue line. And you see the total revenue of 18 large countries, which are named below, over the past 6 months. So we started in November 2012, and the last one is April 2013. So one thing that you see is that the Apple App Store remained stable over the last 5 months, with only a drop in February. While on the other hand, we see that Google Play is continuously growing in terms of total revenue. So when we go one slide further, we see the revenue share of the combined revenue of each individual store. So we see that here again the overall market for Google Play and the Apple App Store is growing when we compare November to April. But this the main contribution to this is Google Play and not the Apple App Store. We see the blue bit, which is representing Google Play, becomes larger and larger, while the pink part of the bar, which represents the Apple App Store, stays more or less the same, or even becomes slightly slower in February and in April. So overall, the Apple App Store made a lot of developers in the App Store made a lot of revenue in this store, and it's still higher than most developers in Google Play. But Google Play is catching up in terms of revenue, which is a really interesting battle to see and to study. As you all have read in the publication, we found some interesting applications and even publishers that make more money in Google Play than in the Apple App Store, which we will analyze and show you with our FAQ data. So the application that we will discuss during this webinar are familiar apps which were also published in the publication. World at Arms by Gameloft, Final Fantasy III, WhatsApp Messenger. I added an extra example, the Dark Summoner. This one is not in the publication, so it's even more interesting to stay tuned at our webinar. And we will finish with the publisher Mobage, which I think is quite interesting to see where their revenue is coming from. All these data we are using is from FAQ, which is a great resource for app and publisher data in terms of downloads and reviews. But for this publication, we're only focusing on revenue. So let's start with the first one, and we'll do that, I think.
Yeah, we'll now enter the world of FAQ. Here we are, loading there. This is the overview you get if you're a developer using the app analytics. But for now, we'll focus on the other examples. First of all, I want to show you the first example. Let's go at World at Arms. So, yeah, and it's changes to really recreate the report. Sorry for that, my mouse is a bit lazy here. But we'll look at the April data, so we select April over here, beginning and end. And let's World at Arms, we select all countries. We're looking at total revenue, and let's make a total here as well. Let's do a column. So, to get a general idea, in the publication we showed a very total overview of the and how many countries and the revenue was either more for Google Play as well as for Apple App Store. Was really to get the general picture for the World of Arms. The pink one here is the Apple App Store, the blue one is Google Play. part of here in the 1st of April, you can see that the revenue share of App Store is a little bit higher, is higher in April for the Apple App Store. So if you look at yeah, get this down. Oh, no. But now we want to see how it works out per country. Is it this general idea? Is it the same bit for every country itself? There is as well the general picture. So this is the revenue of Apple App Store and Google Play combined. You see that the most of the revenue for World@Arms is gained at US. Almost 20% of the revenue is gained there. But if you look at how the difference between those apps is doing per country, you see a different situation, and you can see again here is the pink is Apple App Store, the blue is Google Play, and you see that for here, for example, Germany, Spain, United Kingdom, there's more revenue for World@Arms in the Google Play than there is for the Apple App Store. And so that's quite interesting to see that there is some big countries, there are some Asian countries as well, you can see very well in South Africa over here, that is in favor of the Google Play revenue making World@Arms. Well, the other countries, and that is the bulk in this case, it's making more money with the Apple App Store. You can see it as well below here. It made it an extra color if it's gaining more money. So in Russia, the Apple Apps is gaining more money, but in Germany, the Google Play one is making more money. So that's quite interesting to see. This is the Command and Conquer feature we use over here, so we can compare the two apps and which one is doing the most in which country. You can also select by continent, but that is not. Yeah, you can see that Africa has dominance of the Google Play application. So this is the World@Arms. Now let's see the other example, how it works out. Select both of them. And that is Final Fantasy 3. Yeah. No, those two. And you see an all different picture. It's all the colors are look all the same, and still here the blue one is Google Play, the pink one is the Apple App Store. So you see a world dominance for the blue ones. The Google Play looks like they're running over here. It's quite interesting. It's a whole different app than in the World@War. This is a paid app, no in-app. While the other one we just saw was a freemium model. So yeah, you can see it's quite dominant here, and you can see it as well if we go back to the date. Stack it here as well. You can see that around 3/4 of the revenue is gained by the Google Play version of the Final Fantasy 3, while only 1/4 is gained by the Apple App Store. Here's blue is the Google Play one, pink is the Apple App Store. So you see the same over there. And now let's check another application. We have a lot of applications over here. Still, this is revenue. And now again,
which application is this?
This is a WhatsApp by WhatsApp Messenger. Thank you, Troy. And here you can see that it's a different application. It's a paid application in the Apple App Store. It's a free application in the Google Play, although at some point you do get the offer to make an to do a payment, a subscription to it. And but you can see the overall picture that the Apple App Store version of the WhatsApp Messenger is making more money in all countries. And if we go back to the per continent and continent tab and the Command and Conquer, you can see there as well that in the most countries the Apple App Store version is making more money, except for some stubborn European countries, it looks like. Here's Germany, Italy and Spain, where the Google Play version is making more money. So although there is different monetization type for this app in the different stores, you can still see that depending on where the app is localized, where it's and on the market, the revenue is gained. So it's not a general idea that if you look at the overall picture, it's true for every country. There can be difference per country where the app is, where a developer is making more money. That's a thing I want to give another example of how things can work out.
Yeah, thank you, Anne. Yeah, all those applications are also discussed in the publication. I think especially this last one is quite interesting because we see different monetization models among the stores for WhatsApp. So in Google Play it's a free app, and for the Apple App Store this app is, I think, just $1, and still the Google Play version generates more revenue in Spain, Italy and Germany during April 2013. So let's continue with another example, which is dark. Where it is dark. Over here. So it is Darksometer. Sorry for the confusion, because in this graph, in this world map, pink represents Google Play and not the App Store, and blue represents the App Store, which is exactly the other way around for all the other apps. So when we look at this application, we see almost complete domination in terms of revenue for the Google Play application, which is interesting because a lot of people still think that you cannot make any money in Google Play, which is, looking at this application, is totally not true. Only in Australia the Apple App Store made more money than Google Play for this application. So I think it's quite interesting to see. And also here, I think this is Taiwan. Taiwan made, yeah, Apple App Store is also bigger in Taiwan and some small European countries. So again, it's a good example of an application that makes more money in Google Play than in the Apple App Store. Moreover, this application, in my opinion, is interesting because it's localized a lot. For example, here we see that it has a Japanese version, and it also has a Korean version. We see it over here for both Google Play and the Apple App Store. And we see also now that Japan is gray, and it's because there's no revenue there, because they have their own application. So when we look over there to Japan, we see that the Japan turns green, which says that this particular localized app makes the most revenue in this country, which is of course the only application in that country. So in my opinion, this makes this app a good example of how to monetize your own application. So now continue with Mobage. We will first start with an individual application. We go to Rage of Bahamut, which is one of Mobage's top applications. So Rage of Bahamut, we select both. Now pink represents the revenue that's generated in the Apple App Store, and blue represents the revenue that's generated in the Google Play. So it's the other way around again. And we see that especially here in Europe, there are some major countries where Mobage is generating more revenue with razor baarmoed in Google Play than in the Apple App Store, which is again quite interesting to see. For example, here Germany, France, they are doing great, and also here in the United States you see that it's just a 2-horse race between those two stores. So there's really an opportunity in Google Play, although the revenues are still bigger in the overall revenues are still bigger in the Apple App Store. So this tool is mainly is mainly built for individual applications, but we also have leaderboards for publishers. So there you can see the whole revenue that's generated by an individual publisher, which is quite interesting to see, and which we have a look on now. So we go to leaderboards over here. We first start with Google Play. We want to see the month. The May report is already available, the May leaderboard, but this publication covers April, so we have a look to that one. We go to the United States because I think it's still the biggest market. And when we have a look at the top publishers, we see that Mobage is, in the US, Mobage generates the most revenue of all applications in Google Play in the United States over April, which is around 5.1 million. And when we compare this number with the revenue in the Apple App Store by this publisher, we see that for iPad, so the leaderboards are separated between iPhone and iPad. So for iPad, this publisher generates around here, around 570K for the whole month, which is okay, just only for iPad. And when we add up the numbers for iPhone, which is of course it's higher than for iPad, we see here Mobage ranked number 2. It's again 5 million. So altogether it's around 5.6 million USD in US in the Apple App Store during April, which is only 500K more than what this publisher is generating in Google Play. So again, there's still a gap, but it's not that big for this particular publisher. So that I think it's interesting to see. I also looked at the May data, so it's even more representative. And for the May data, we see that the revenue for Mobage in May went up in Google Play and slightly went down for this publisher in the Apple App Store, which makes the gap even smaller. Yeah, these leaderboards are for top publishers, but also for top applications, and it gives you a good overview over which kind of application publishers are popular during some period in some country, and it gives you also an idea of the whole market and all market trends. So to round up, AppleQ is a good resource to monitor individual apps, but also publishers in different countries, in different stores. We also support the Amazon App Store, for example, but it also gives you good insights about the market as a whole. Let's have a look. Are there any questions? No more questions.
It's one up. Yeah.
Oh, there's one question, but we don't know what the question is.
Please send it to us.
Ah, there's a question.
There's a question that's stating there's have been reports of Supercell making 500K to $1 million a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I think even there's a report that states that Supercell made 2.4 million a day in April. It was something like that.
Yeah.
So those are public numbers, and I think it's a good topic to discuss, but not during this webinar. If you want to go in more detail about this topic, and if you want to know what our numbers saying about this topic, please contact us at info@distimo.com or just at theory@distimo.com or n@distimo.com. So that's it's a good question, but it's not really related to this webinar. If you have any feedback or questions regarding this topic, please contact us. We will post the video of this webinar on our blog, and we will make an announcement on Twitter when this video will be available. For now, I wish you all a good day, and I hope we will see you back next webinar.
Hear you back. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.